Konnichiwa! Today, let's take a closer look together at why the power of Japanese fermentation can dramatically change a vegan diet and what exactly makes Japanese fermentation as a leading country in fermentation so special. First of all, are you getting enough protein? Or is your nutritional balance okay? Does the food taste a bit bland? Do you get tired easily? Some of you might be struggling with these kinds of concerns. Actually, the answer that can solve all of these concerns lies in the power of Japanese fermentation. First, let's organize the common concerns that vegans often have. The first concern is the worry that you might not be getting enough protein. The second is anxiety about lacking nutrients like vitamin B12 and other nutrients that are often insufficient. Even though you take supplements, you start to worry when your physical condition still doesn't feel quite right. These are some of the concerns I often hear. Third, there's the issue that the taste just isn't satisfying enough. Stir-fried vegetables and salad dressings always end up following the same pattern. Fourth, feeling tired and lacking energy. The body gets tired easily, and it feels like you just don't have enough energy. Actually, all of these worries can be solved with the power of Japanese fermentation. Fermentation is when tiny microorganisms enhance the power of food. But what exactly is the difference between fermentation and spoilage? Actually, both are done by the same tiny living organisms, microbes, performing exactly the same process. The microbes break down food into smaller and smaller pieces so they can eat it. If it's too big, they can't eat it yet, so they make it finer. So why is it that the process splits into fermentation and spoilage? That's because humans are the ones who arbitrarily decide. If what the microbes produce is good for our bodies and tastes good to us, we call it fermentation. And if it's bad for our bodies and doesn't taste good, we call it spoilage. For the microbes, both are the same kind of work. It's important to understand that microbes aren't consciously thinking about doing something that is either good or bad for humans at all. So with that in mind, why is Japanese fermentation considered so incredibly special for vegans? You see, microbes play the essential role of being cleaners in the natural world. For example, I would like you to take a moment and imagine a large forest. In this environment, plants are the ones who make their own food by using the energy from sunlight. And then animals eat the food. The ones who eat, and then, as for bacteria, they are the ones who break down and clean up fallen leaves and animal droppings. Because these three exist, the forest is kept clean. It is said that there are about 8 trillion bacteria in our human bodies as well, and they protect us every day. We humans also coexist with bacteria. There are many fermented foods not only in Japan, but all over the world. But why is Japanese fermentation especially recommended for vegans? The answer lies in Koji mold, a treasure of Japan. Even among humans, what is considered a delicious fermented food changes depending on where you live. Why is that? The reason is simple. When the place you live changes, the weather changes too. There are all kinds of weather like hot, cold, or lots of rain. And with that, the types of microbes present change, and the foods that grow there also change. The human body also changes little by little, and the foods we find delicious change as well. For example, natto in Japan. Some Japanese people think it's delicious and eat it every day, but people from other countries might think it's just rotten beans. This is the result of living together with the local microbes for a long time. And Japanese Koji mold is the strongest in the world. What makes it amazing is, first of all, its speed. It ferments several times faster than microbes from other countries. Secondly, it can break down a wide variety of things: rice, soybeans, vegetables, turning anything into something delicious. Third, it produces a lot of nutrients, generating vitamins and amino acids one after another. And using the power of Japanese Koji will revolutionize vegan cuisine. First, many people worry about protein deficiency, but as a solution, if you ferment soybeans with Koji, the protein is broken down into amino acids, making it immediately usable by the body. In fact, its absorption rate can even be better than that of meat protein. And when you compare regular soybeans to miso, the protein absorption rate increases by more than double. The B vitamin group increases more than 5-fold, and antioxidant components are said to increase more than 3-fold as well. Even though it's the same soybean, just fermenting it with koji makes such a difference. I often tell my own children this, but Japanese mothers frequently say to their kids, at least have some miso soup, especially when the children don't have much of an appetite. As long as they get miso soup into their bodies, mothers feel very reassured from a nutritional standpoint. And secondly, many people who are vegan may worry about whether they are getting enough nutrients. But during the fermentation process, koji mold produces plenty of vitamins, B vitamins, and minerals. And the third most common concern is that the taste is lacking. But actually, the umami produced by koji is among the best in the world. Even with just a small amount, your dishes will become surprisingly delicious. And another common concern is feeling easily fatigued. In this case, the natural glucose and B vitamins produced through fermentation provide sustained energy. There are various Japanese fermented seasonings, and vegans living overseas often say something when they come to Japan. Why is it that only in Japan are there so many delicious and nutritious plant-based seasonings? That's because the Japanese people have spent over 1,000 years cultivating a wonderful fermentation culture together with koji. Japanese koji nurtured over 1,000 years is the strongest ally for vegans. If you're lacking in protein, you can solve it with miso or soy sauce. If you're worried about nutrition, amazake or other fermented foods will take care of it. If you find the flavor lacking, seasonings like shio koji made from koji will do the trick. Even concerns like feeling easily fatigued can be addressed by fermented foods as a whole. On this channel, I'll be introducing specific ways and recipes to actually incorporate the power of koji into your daily meals. Please subscribe and stay tuned.